Ben Askren just woke.
I don't remember anything from May 28th to July 2.
I saw that popping up on my feed. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he doesn't even look the same. It's fucking such a
I didn't
trip.
even recognize him. Oh, it looks completely different.
You know the kind of shape you got to be in to go through what that guy just went through? You know, I reached out to his wife.
Nobody expected Dana White to walk up to the post-fight stage in Nashville and flip the whole heavyweight story upside down, but that's exactly what happened. He leaned into the microphone, paused just long enough for every reporter to hold a breath, and then dropped 5 quick words that changed everything. Derrick Lewis is 1 away. Phones buzzed across the arena as fans messaged friends. Did you hear that? Instantly, talk of rankings and long waiting lines vanished. The room felt like the moment before a thunderclap, alive with energy no one saw coming. News sites raced to type headlines, and gym group chats exploded with fresh matchup ideas. Even people who only watched the biggest events understood something huge had happened. Dana's surprise call wasn't just new information. It was a reminder that in MMA, the future can spin on a dime, and one bold sentence can shake an entire division and its fighters awake.
What do you mean by support him?
Maybe financially or...
Yeah, I usually don't talk about that stuff, but yes, I did. I did, and yeah, I will. I mean, we reached out to his wife as soon as we heard and told her if there's anything you need, and yes, I did.
Everybody thought the post-fight talk would be routine until Dana White leaned forward and rewrote the whole heavyweight story in one breath. He said Derrick Lewis, fresh off a crazy knockout night, might be a single win from another title shot. Simple words, but they crashed through the room like a left hook. 5 minutes before that, experts were debating long ranking lines and injured champs. Now the math was different. At heavyweight, one clean swing is all it takes, Dana reminded everyone, and Lewis is a man who swings harder than most. Reporters started firing off tweets, and fans at home nearly dropped their snacks. If Lewis is that close, every opponent he meets becomes a golden ticket and a serious risk.
I mean, he looked great tonight.
Yeah.
Wonderboy looked great tonight. You know, for a guy who is a traditional martial artist, kickboxer, does a damn good job staying off the ground and, defending the takedown and staying out of submissions. And yeah, he's one of the nicest human beings on the planet.
Gyms around the world felt the chill. No coasting allowed, because one bad night could cost everything. Lewis answered online with a laughing emoji, but every contender knew the smile hid steel. Dana's short promise did more than tease a matchup. It shook the ladder, woke up the division, and proved again that in MMA, your future can change with a single sentence. Within minutes, highlight reels were reposted, and betting lines shifted. Right after the knockout, talk of glory turned into an argument about the referee's timing. Some fans yelled that the stoppage came too soon, while others felt it saved a fighter from needless damage. Dana admitted he thought the ref acted a little fast, repeating the point twice to make sure people heard him. He also said, in the same breath, that heavyweight fights can turn on one missed beat, so he wasn't going to cry about it forever.
Is there a chance you do Conor and John on the same card?
I don't know. I mean, in a year, who knows what the world will look like in a year.
For a younger viewer, the lesson was simple. In this sport, a half second matters. One punch lands, the ref sees eyes glaze, and the fight is over. Fair or not, it becomes history. On forums, slow motion clips popped up showing the instant the glove grazed the jaw, freeze framing the stumble. Debaters counted frames like detectives. Meanwhile, the fighters themselves moved on, because arguing never changes the scorecard. Dana's small critique gave furious fans permission to vent, yet his shrug told them to let it go by morning. That balance kept social media buzzing without turning toxic. In a world of endless hot takes, his 2 clear sentences cooled the fire before it became a blaze. People slept, woke, and found the sky. Some news can feel like a party break in the middle of battle talk, and Bilal Muhammad's birthday shout-out was exactly that.
Man, thank you, brother, so much. I feel good. Alhamdulillah, he won now. We won.
Can you imagine you world champion? You are the best world champion.
My brother. I love you, brother.
Turning 37 may not sound young, but in fight years it can still mean prime time when you take care of your body. The host joked that last year he couldn't call Bilal champ, but now he can, because once you have worn that gold strap, even for a short spell, the label never really leaves. Imagine earning a shiny trophy that follows you around forever, hanging above your name like a proud banner. Bilal's supporters filled timelines with cake emojis and clips of his best takedowns, reminding everyone of the night he wrested the belt from Leon Edwards. Even rivals found themselves typing polite nods, because respect among warriors runs deep on days of celebration. The birthday news also gave hopeful fighters a piece of quiet confidence. If Bilal can still chase greatness nearing 40, then years remain for anyone who trains smart. For fans, the moment added warmth, a quick smile before the show rolled back into harder stories. A human joy like that keeps the MMA universe from feeling like an endless fist fight. While birthday candles burned on one side of the sport, Tom Aspinall faced harsh words on the other.
My feelings towards him, I just wish him all the best. Genuinely wish him all the best. If he feels satisfied with what he's done, which he's saying he is, and he's happy to leave like that, then I genuinely wish him all the best.
A respected manager said Tom had made the biggest mistake of his life by waiting around for Jon Jones instead of fighting anyone placed in front of him. For 7th graders who dream big, the lesson feels clear. Wishing for the perfect chance can steal time you never get back. Every month out of the cage is a month of lost paychecks and missed highlights. The talk turned to Cyril Gane as the opponent Tom should chase right now. Gane is fast, powerful, and sitting near the top. Beating him would light a path to the undisputed crown faster than any mythical date with Jones. Fans debated whether Tom's knee injury, which once kept him on crutches, still haunted his confidence. Some felt patience was smart. Others argued readiness means being brave today. The manager's words cut because they came from a supporter, not a hater, making them sound like tough love.
To beat Jon Jones, you need to have fast eyes, fast reactions, fast reflexes. And Stipe Miocic at 42 years old just doesn't have the reflexes anymore that someone like a 31-year-old, I don't even think I'm in my prime yet, but almost prime fighter has.
Tom, quiet online, suddenly had a decision to make. Keep waiting for a legend or forge his own legend immediately. The countdown started the moment those comments hit microphones. Any talk of Aspinall quickly circles back to Jon Jones, and this clip was no different. The same manager said if Jon wants to retire, he should. He painted fighting now as a young person's game, hinting that Jon's long nights and wild lifestyle might finally outweigh his crazy talent. He praised Jones for years of brilliance but questioned whether the hard training of old still burns in him. Most startling, he suggested Jon would be wise to stay far away from either Aspinall or Francis Ngannou if he values the health of his legs and legacy.
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's like, wow, this Jon's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him.
For kids watching, it was like hearing someone warn Superman to avoid 2 newer superheroes. The idea felt shocking because Jon has always seemed unbeatable. Yet the comment planted a seed. Even legends can choose safety over more glory. Online debates exploded about whether walking away keeps a star untarnished or leaves unfinished business. A few old school fans argued that knowing when to exit is the mark of true greatness, like a champion bowing before defeat ever reaches him. Whatever Jon decides, the tension itself became a story, feeding rumor mills for weeks. Comment sections filled faster than popcorn buckets on opening night. Away from bright lights and belt talk, a far more personal question surfaced. Would the UFC help former fighter Ben Ozer during his terrifying health battle? Reporters asked Dana point blank, and at first he bristled because discussing private aid in public can feel like bragging. After a breath, he confirmed that yes, the company had already reached out to Ben's wife, offered financial support, and would continue to do so. He repeated, almost uncomfortable, that he hates talking about such things, since real charity is better done quietly. For many listeners, that short answer meant more than any fight announcement. It showed that behind pay-per-view numbers sits an actual community, where past warriors are not forgotten when the spotlights switch off. Fans who had worried that Ben's family might face huge medical bills breathed easier. Skeptics who loved to frame Dana as heartless paused, at least for a moment. The exchange reminded everyone, even kids with fresh hero posters on their walls, that businesses can still act like families when crisis hits. Sometimes the most unexpected decision is the quiet promise to stand by someone who can no longer punch back. That vow echoed louder than any roar from arenas. Hours later, a shaky cell phone video arrived from Ben Ozer's hospital room, and it felt like opening a window into his fight for breath. He sat upright, tubes disappearing under his shirt, but he managed a small grin. He explained that one more drainage tube had been removed, leaving only one left, which he treated like a final boss in a video game.
I'm gonna plead guilty. I felt guilty for myself one time, right? And that doesn't do anyone any good. And I thought, man, I never smoked one cigarette, never smoked any weed, never did anything. Why did my lungs get stolen from me?
Then he read from an old journal entry dated Father's Day, a month earlier, describing oxygen crashes, heart struggles, and the scary possibility of a lung transplant. Hearing it in his own voice made those words heavier than any commentator's summary. Ben confessed he once felt angry. Why would a man who never smoked lose his lungs while others abuse theirs? But he caught himself, saying bitterness helps no one. He promised viewers he would move forward with a clear mind and a fighter's heart. That speech turned a former athlete into a classroom mentor, showing resilience in real time. He ended by waving and declaring he would leave the hospital soon. Kids watching learned that courage isn't only inside a cage. Sometimes it is sitting still, breathing through pain, and refusing to feel sorry for yourself. Ever. Switching back to pure sport, the video shifted to bantamweight chaos, where Merab Dvalishvili edged out Umar Nurmagomedov in a nail-biter. Some viewers thought damage stats favored Umar, but judges work by round, not overall, and Merab's relentless pace earned him the nod. Ali Abdelaziz, who manages both and many more, gave full credit to Merab, yet quickly defended Umar by listing his disadvantages. Only 5 weeks' notice, a broken hand, and still almost winning. For young fans, the lesson was clear. Numbers on paper never tell the full story behind a fight. Slow motion replays showed Merab eating crisp counters while pressuring forward like a machine. Umar's cheeks swelled, but his eyes stayed sharp and every slip made coaches shout. When the final horn sounded, no one jumped in celebration. Everyone just exhaled. The decision sting was real, yet respectful handshakes followed. Abdelaziz's interview kept tensions from turning toxic because praise for the victor mixed with faith in the loser turned rivalry into healthy competition. That balance taught fans something coaches preach every day. You can chase glory without poisoning the well for next time. Social media posts showed both fighters smiling together backstage, proving the message louder than words. The focus then zoomed in on Umar's future, and suddenly 28 sounded incredibly young. Ali compared him to a video game character still leveling up, hinting that tonight's loss was just an early boss fight. He said Umar might be the only man alive who can one day outrun Merab's motor and outsmart Corey Sandhagen's tricky footwork. For a 7th grade mind, that picture sparks imagination. Setbacks viewed not as dead ends, but checkpoints on a longer quest. Training footage rolled of Umar, drilling chain wrestling, and spinning kicks, every clip shouting potential. Comment threads filled with predictions, some skeptical, most excited, all recognizing time as a powerful ally. Ali reminded everyone that Khabib almost faced early stumbles, yet patience and health turned him into an unbeaten legend. By highlighting Umar's age and broken hand, the manager reframed a loss into proof of toughness. He fought hurt, short on preparation, and still pushed a top dog to the edge. Kids love underdog stories, and here was a fresh one already loading its next chapter. The segment closed with a promise that Umar would return sooner than later, hungrier than ever, ready to rewrite the bantamweight script. Everyone waited, countdown clocks silently ticking online. Threaded through all these stories were quick bursts of music, cheery, shake-it loops, sudden drum drops that kept the pace from ever dragging. Every time a topic grew heavy, the screen flashed colorful graphics and playful captions before sliding into the next headline. For a viewer, the effect felt like reading a bright magazine where each page turn snaps you awake. You might be hearing about lung transplants 1 minute and laughing at a birthday meme the next. Yet somehow the ride stayed smooth. That rhythm matters more than people realize. Attention is a restless puppy. Give it even a short pause and it bolts for the door. The creator solved that by trimming fat, ditching formal intros, and using hooks such as, "But wait, this gets crazier." Even the sponsor shoutouts were tucked inside highlight reels instead of pasted at the front. As a result, 15 minutes flew by in what felt like 5, proving that style can be as important as substance when you are telling many small stories. Young aspiring YouTubers watching probably learned a hidden rule of content creation. Never give your audience a moment to look away. Keep them guessing, grinning, and asking for more.